Does that mean that if when these Qadiani say they are Muslims, we cannot call them non-Muslims?
Yeah, I mean, this is a state given a name to them. I mean, they have been declared as non-Muslims by the state of Pakistan, by the Parliament of Pakistan, and hence they are declared non-Muslims in the state of Pakistan. It's a legal label that goes along with them. So, what I was answering was that this is something which a state does not have the prerogative. It does not have the authority to declare anyone as non-Muslim, and it is something of a wrong precedent that they have set. Only God and His Prophet have the right to declare someone out of the folds of Islam, and that is, of course, something when messengers of God were on the face of this earth and they were, they were authorized to declare someone beyond the folds of Islam. So once they have passed away, we don't have any means of knowing God's directive in this regard, and we just simply cannot declare anyone as non-Muslim. This is beyond our authority. And the state of Pakistan, when it has declared these personnel as non-Muslim, it has actually exceeded the bounds of its authority.
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Sir. My question is just a follow-up from the previous question regarding Qadianis. You mentioned that we do not have any divine guidance regarding them today. However,
No, what I said was that we don't have a right to declare anyone as non-Muslim. This right is solely rests with God and His messengers. So when messengers of God were on this earth, they declared people as non-Muslims and as disbelievers, and then action was actually taken against them. So in the absence of God and His messengers giving any verdict, this is a right that we don't have. So if we declare someone as non-Muslim, then we are actually doing something which is beyond our authority.
Understood, sir. My question is that at the time of Hazrat Abu Bakr, when Musaylama claimed prophethood, then he took action against him with, in the absence of Prophet Muhammad. So how do we then reconcile this statement with that?
So, in the case of Musaylama, he was something who had declared his prophethood in the presence of Prophet's own life, and the action was just deferred. And this would have been the same action that the Prophet would have taken, and this is something which Abu Bakr did in his own times, because this was clearly something that belonged to the category of directives that we call as Hiraba or Fasad fil Ard. He had challenged the authority of God and His Prophet on the face of this earth. So, on the basis of Hiraba, which is called spreading anarchy in the land, he was actually taken to task.
But can the same principle, it's not that you don't need a divine guidance for that, somebody is declaring it. We are not judging somebody's intentions. Like Mirza Sahab, he himself declared actually himself as a prophet, and they believe us to be non-believers. Very rightfully, actually, that in the presence of a prophet comes, and then if you don't believe in that prophet, then, in their eyes, we are non-Muslims.
Correct. So this is something, yes. So yes, you're right. That is what they say. But on that account, they are doing something which is beyond their capacity and beyond their jurisdiction. So if they say the same as what we are saying, that both of us are actually stepping our authority. This is something that they don't have, and this is something that we don't have the authority to say so. So either of us don't have this authority. If both of, people from amongst the Ahmadis and non-Ahmadis, they are doing this, then both of them are basically crossing their limits.
So this is where I get a little confused. I do understand that judging somebody's intentions, yes, we cannot do that because we don't have any divine guidance. But if somebody is self-confessing and claiming to be a prophet, then, to say that this action is against the teaching of Islam, and hence by,
So you see, this is something which they don't say explicitly. If you look at the writings of Mirza Sahab, he does not say this explicitly. It is only later on, in the case of Mirza Bashiruddin, his son, that this belief actually arose. Otherwise, if you look at his writings, you'll find all sorts of things splattered about. Not something very precise. I mean, you'll find that they are saying the same thing as what our Sufis generally say, that I also receive wahi from God and I also am something that I divinely guided, something which many Sufis say. So basically, it's not that he is saying that this is whatever he is claiming is against the finality of prophethood. He's just, expressing the same. He's expressing the same sentiments and the same ideology as many past Sufis have expressed. Shah Waliullah, for example, and Muhyiddin Ibn al-Arabi, Junaid Baghdadi. So all of these Sufis, they said that as far as prophethood is concerned, it is something about which we can say that only the position of prophethood has been terminated. As far as the traits of prophethood are concerned, which include receiving divine revelation, then that is something that is still going on, and we receive that. So you can see that this is a very debatable thing and not a very explicit thing. And if you look deeper, you'll find that it was basically his son Mirza Bashir who actually elevated him, or he removed the confusion in the statements that could have been found in Mirza Sahib's statements, and he said that, well, he is a prophet of God. And then you can see that the later Ahmadis, they basically corroborated this. But yes, there was one group which are called the Lahoris, and his own disciple Mirza Nuruddin, disciple of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, he parted ways and said that no, he's not a prophet, he's just a reformer. And we find this division amongst the Ahmadis because of this very reason.